All right. Let's see. I think I assigned y'all 23 the other day, right? I have 23, yeah. So I don't need to do that one. Okay. So I'm just going to go back up. Okay, we're going to look at problems that deal with these complex solutions. Okay, so knowing if the solutions are real numbers. Okay, remember if the determinant, okay, you're not actually taking the square root of it, it's just the stuff that's inside the square root. If it's greater than 0, we have two distinct real solutions. If it's equal to 0, there's one repeated real solution. If it's less than 0, it's a complex conjugate pair of solutions. Okay?
What? Complex conjugate means is that where like they're in parentheses?
Yeah, like the 2 plus or minus I, like 2 plus I and 2 minus I are complex
Two
conjugates.
distinct real solutions is like where you actually get two real numbers with no i's.
Yes. And then the one repeated real is the same thing. Okay, so picking up.
Oh wait, I remember doing this.
Did you study? Not really.
So you just. Oh.
But also, I wasn't here for any of the notes.
Oh, actually, we're not. We're not doing that part yet. I thought we were, but we're not yet.
Well, whatever.
We'll be back to it in a second. I didn't realize that wasn't what the next problems were. Oops. Oh well, quick review. All right, these ones just say to write the complex. I can't read. Hello. Okay, number 30. I'm reading those instructions. Find the product of the complex number and its conjugate. So 5 minus 6i. Okay, so what would its conjugate be?
5 plus 6i?
Yep, 5 plus 6i. So 5 minus 6i times 5 plus 6i.
I promise you that I just guessed. I literally didn't know.
Foil? What's that in?
Yep, we're going to FOIL because it wants us to multiply them through.
25 minus 36i.
25 minus 36i squared.
How'd you get that?
Wait, how did she do that so fast?
Because the middle terms cancel out.
The middle terms cancel because it's the special type.
Doesn't I
I'm
squared
tired.
equal like -1?
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be 25 plus 36.
Yep, exactly. So I squared becomes -1, so that becomes plus 36, which then is equal to
61.
61.
And then we're done, guys.
Oh, I was supposed
that
to
makes
do
a lot of
that
sense.
too.
That is so nice. Are they all that easy? They should all be that easy.
I mean, those ones are.
I still sound like
The next stuff is probably a little harder, but it's just because it looks kind of big and scary, but it's not.
Oh, they do look big.
That's what I thought about.
Hold
when
up.
first year was like this. I'm like, oh, it's not high up.
Oh yeah, I didn't know how to do any of it. I did that all yesterday.
What, chemistry?
Yeah,
Chemistry
the worksheets that I didn't
The
do in class
worksheets?
when she gave us
Really?
like the 5 days to do them.
Okay, you should have FaceTimed me.
No,
It
I
makes so much
understood. It's
sense.
because I didn't do the notes.
Oh.
But after I did the notes, I understood a lot better.
Wait,
Y'all,
what?
I love
All right,
overdoing it.
this one. I over 2 minus I. It wants us to write the expression in standard form without using a calculator. I don't really know what a calculator would do for you, to be 100% honest with you. I mean, okay, I know how to do this on the calculator, but I don't really know how it would benefit you.
We don't know how to do it on a calculator.
In any method, I don't know how doing it on a calculator would benefit you. So, we need to, this is like when we have radicals on the bottom. We have to multiply by its conjugate to cancel the radicals.
So
Okay.
multiply by 2 plus I.
Yes, so we're going to multiply top and bottom by 2 plus
I
I.
remember doing this.
Oh, I remember doing this too, and I hated it.
So, then 2I plus I squared over.
I just didn't like it when it got really big and then you had to foil on like the top and the bottom and it's like, stop!
4 minus I squared.
Yeah, and one thing to remember about that, okay, y'all were like, how did Joel know so quickly on the last problem that it was 25 minus 36i squared? Okay, conjugates are always going to cause that to happen. It's always going to cause the middle terms to cancel. That's why we do the conjugate, okay? So when you multiply by the complex conjugate, okay, down here, okay, the bottom is always going to cancel that same way. It's going to be the first term minus the second term squared. Okay.
Isn't there some rule that like the number has to be before the I and like the actual ending answer?
Yeah, so I'll show you how to write it. We're not quite done with this part.
Sorry, I worked ahead.
No, you're good.
Okay, 2
I squared is
2I minus 1
Okay,
over
and
4 minus 1. And then you're like,
Wait, I thought I squared was -1.
minus 1.
Wouldn't it be
Wait! The
minus
top's
one?
plus 1 then.
No.
The
No,
bottom.
the
Sorry,
bottom.
the bottom's plus 1. Y'all, my brain and my words, they aren't connecting.
And then it would be 5. on the
Okay, so
bottom.
yes, we're gonna end up with 5 on the bottom. Okay, well here, I'll just rewrite it first. 2i minus 1 over 5.
I remember this from last year.
Okay, now it says in standard form. What is standard form?
Without any eyes.
No, the I has to be on the other side.
Is it
Okay,
A plus
a plus bi. So I'm gonna flip these. Okay, so this is gonna be negative 1 plus 2i over 5. Okay, you do not have to write out every little step like this. You could have flipped it up here and just gone straight from here to the final answer. Okay, just know I'm showing you all these steps so that you have them.
Makes sense.
Okay, now I don't leave it like this. I want the i's out by themselves and the numbers by themselves. I want the real part and the imaginary part. So I'm going to do negative 1/5 plus 2/5 I. Okay, this makes it truly in A plus B I.
That makes sense. Because you have to separate them and then denominator.
Okay, so no matter what, the I has to be outside by itself.
Yes. I mean, in technicality, if you left it up there with the 2, it's not wrong, but when they want it in standard form, that's the official way to write it.
It's the ultimate right answer, guys.
Yes, the ultimate right answer. The make the teacher proud right answer.
I could go for an Eggo waffle right now.
I ate
I want some French toast. I mean, completely honest with you.
I'm so
I had
hungry.
plenty of time.
I ate
so
too
I
much
went to
like
start
at 12 o'clock at night.
I could have had plenty of time if I had my car, but
It was whatever.
my inspection
It was
date
fine.
was like in June, and I just took it in yesterday. My dad was like, Joelle,
That's
if you get
amazing.
pulled over and you get a ticket, you're paying for it. And I was like, I know it's $95, Dad. I'm well aware. Anyways,
Oh, I got my.
He was
I
so
ordered my
mad at
Swiss
me.
tag.
I was like,
Well, I technically they're not like fixed, but I have it in my console so if I get pulled over.
Yeah, that's all you have to do. Mine does that because every year the thing forgets to send me a notification that it's up, and I just don't think about it because I don't look at my license plate very often. So
So you just multiply by I.
yeah, so sometimes people think they need to multiply by 3i, but in reality, I guess technically as long as you top and bottom, it doesn't matter. However, it just means you're gonna have to reduce more later, so there's no point. So yes, just multiply top and bottom by I. So what does that give us on top?
2I plus I squared. I was just gonna go to minus 1.
And that's totally fine. Okay, just for the sake of me showing examples and stuff like that and like watching the videos and all of that stuff for people that are going back and doing it or whatever, I want to make sure I show all the steps.
Well, to keep it consistent, we'll write 3I
Is
squared.
this recording?
Yes.
Oh, all the stupid stuff I
And I just
said
told
today.
everybody that I wanted an Eggo waffle. And that my inspection date was past like 3 months.
It's okay. It's getting fixed. They can't pull you over now.
Technically it's Gab's fault, but
Well,
Anyways.
2I
Yeah,
minus
you're
1 over
You're
negative
throwing
3,
your sister under the bus right
which
there.
means it would be. Whoa, could you just do like.
-1 plus 2y over
Wait, because
Yeah,
it's
so-
a negative 3.
I would redo this first just to keep things from being confusing. Okay, again, you don't have to do that, but I would recommend.
Where'd the negative go on the 3?
I just
Forgot.
didn't write it there yet.
And then you'd make it 1
Then would it be 1/3?
Yeah, 1/3 plus 2/3 I.
So remember, the negative's going to go on both pieces here.
Yeah.
So this is going to be -1 over -3 plus 2i over -3.
Well, dump with one.
Okay.
Yeah, dump the 1.
Yeah, so I was just showing how the -3 is going with both
I was
pieces.
just making sure.
Okay, if this was flipped the other direction, like 3 over 1 and 3 over 2i, that's not a true statement. I think we've been over that, but I
Wait.
just wanted to refresh.
So would it be 1/3 plus 2, well, negative 2/3 then?
Wait, what did you say about not being a true statement? Or-
If this was flipped and the -3 was on top and the -1 plus 2i was on the bottom, you cannot split it and say -3 over -1 plus -3 over 2i. Like, that's not a true statement. Some people think it is, so I just have to.
The I has
It's
to be
not
on top
true.
for you to split it then, right?
Not necessarily. Like, if, like, this could have been split to begin with. It could have done 2 over 3i plus I over 3i. Like, I could have done that, but, like, I'll say this, legally I could have done that. That's not a smart way to go about this problem, though. So, there's that. Okay, next problems.
I just want to point out, I was so tired from like last week. I literally slept until 10 on Saturday.
You wanna know how late I slept in on Saturday?
Oh goodness, Joel.
I literally went to bed at 12 and woke up at 12.
I went to bed at 12.
Wow, look at you, Head.
On Saturday, I went to bed at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I woke up at like 2 in the afternoon.
Good job.
Actually, it was more like 8 o'clock. I fell asleep. It was really bad.
There's too much going on.
I'm low-key so glad that everybody left.
Wait, first, could you just like make the top one thing? Or would you actually deal with the bottom first?
Yeah, I would make it one thing, personally.
Okay. Because there's too much going on up there, so can we foil first before we do anything else?
Yeah, so we are going to go ahead and foil, so go ahead and foil that, and then we'll get rolling from there. And then you can go ahead and simplify all of that in there as well.
2 plus 3i minus 2i squared.
Well, you can keep doing stuff there, because the I squared is good.
Oh shoot, you're right.
Wait, I'm confused how you got it from the two, wait, how did you get from the top to the bottom?
I combined these, and then I made this -1.
Oh,
So then I added them together.
Oh, you right.
I went through a lot more steps, but like,
what did we get a complete from?
From my missed negative sign earlier.
yeah, guys, let's get some cookies!
I need 8 more. Are we the only class that has any right now?
Yeah.
Because we're superior.
It's because pre-cal's just goated.
Guys, what if we got
It's just
stats
so
in
good.
pre-cal
It's
to
just
match
goated.
on cookie days?
Okay,
and
well,
then-
we couldn't because that sheet, like, you literally can't really do much wrong in stats. Just copying down the answer.
Yeah, but we apparently get more food in stats.
You do.
Isabel posted on our Snap story the other day of her, Philip, Sadie, and you eating Chinese. And I was like, man, we were just talking about that.
Well, that was where the tradition started. All right, so now that we got this,
Yeah,
okay.
separating, right?
You know, you have to do 5 plus 2 times. Okay, 5 minus 2i, right?
I was like, where the heck is
Words aren't coming out of my mouth, so like, if you guys know where my brain's going, can you just do it so I don't have to keep talking?
All right, so then now you're gonna foil again. Okay, remember the bottom is the special one, so it's just gonna be what?
25 minus 4i squared.
Okay, and then you just need to foil the top.
Oh yeah, my bad.
So it would be like 20 minus 8i plus 15i minus 6i squared.
And then we just need to simplify everything. So that's gonna be 20 plus 6i, or 20, sorry, not 20 plus 6i, 20 plus 6, right? So 26 plus 7i.
Wait, wouldn't it be
over 29?
minus 6? Because
No,
yeah,
I squared is
plus-
-1, so plus
yeah,
6.
but it's yeah.
And then plus 29.
Yeah. It'd just be 29.
And then you have like 26 over 9, 29 plus 7 I.
Can you, like, reduce 26 and 29? No, never
No.
mind.
They look like they could be, but they can't.
They definitely.
They really definitely look like they could, because, like, I was really looking at it and I was like, whoa, guys, guess what? And we're like, no.
I thought they had 3 to go.
Well, I have a quick question.
No.
3 doesn't go into
If you
Because
could
7
reduce
times
They don't go
eight
into
is
either
20.
one,
like say it was
actually.
like 21 over 27. If you reduce it still work, or would you have to change the denominator on the other side?
Once you split it, then you can reduce it, yeah.
Oh wow, this is really 229.
Alright, so the last thing says to solve the equation. Okay, I'm going to give you a hint. We need that poster back there for this one.
No.
Ew.
I hate the quadratic formula with a
Wait,
passion,
is this the
guys.
thing where you have to do if it's equal, greater than equal to or less than thing?
It says
Um,
solve the equation.
No, these ones don't. I don't know why that was such a big thing in here because they don't actually give you problems on it. I don't understand.
We have a lot more because I was going to use my last page. I have.
No, this is the last problem.
Awesome.
Why are you on a new page then?
Because there's not enough room for me to fit the whole problem on the one page, so it would be very
It's
awkward
not a
for me
square?
to flip.
You have to use a quadratic formula?
You have to.
You wouldn't be able to do anything else with it.
Alright, so
You're right.
-1 plus or minus the square root
Okay, wait
of
1 second. Can I
1
write the quadratic
squared
formula?
minus 4 times 3 times 2
Why don't you just fill it in because it's on the
all
Because
poster right there.
over 2
I'm trying
times
to write
3.
it down.
Do you need help?
If only it was a positive, and then it would be 25, and then,
It's not going to be that nice. I hate to break it
I
to
know,
you.
I wish it was though.
Okay, before we do anything, can I write this formula down?
Yes. I'm going
Oh,
to pause
I'm
here
so
for a
sorry.
second before I keep going.
4 times 2 is 24.
Well,
Oh,
tech,
guys, that's so small.
did anybody end up getting demerits because their books aren't covered?
I didn't really think about it the other day, but today I've got my demerit slips laying on my desk, so.
I got mine.
Because they were supposed to be covered the first week that I was back. So, the fact that I've let them go this long,
Yeah, wasn't it like
Mine's
last
covered.
2 weeks
I haven't
ago?
checked.
It was only like 2 weeks ago Friday you asked the books to be covered.
yeah, well then people were like, I didn't have time to go to the store, and I was like, fine, like you have another week, and then it's demerits. And I, like on Friday, there were still people that didn't have them covered, and I just chose to ignore it, and I decided today, it's like, I'm gonna give them the weekend.
You gave me one day and I was like, oh, I'm covering this book, I remember now.
So I'm like, I don't know.
No, when I went to Office Max to get book covers, there were none. I was like, are you for real? And then
That's what the
I
beauty
got
of a
some
brown
now.
paper bag is for.
Exactly.
Chase
Is that what you did to yours?
Like,
That's
A
what
lot of
I-
times, yeah.
That's what I did most of the time, but then
Also,
now book
is,
covers.
does someone have a test today? Is that why the rest of the child use it up? Or can I get a picture of it?
Yeah, they're up here. They're just,
Yes,
no,
we
it
have
was,
a
well,
test today.
yes, there's a test today, but that's not why they were not up from Friday. I shouldn't put them back up.
You should have put them
Staff
back
has
up.
another test today.
So they're 2 parts because they're so long.
Yeah, it gives them more time if I do it in 2 parts.
Because you have a conceptual part, which takes an entire class period,
How
and
did you do
then
on that?
no quiz, and then
I think
I
I
don't know.
Plus or
The
minus
multiple choice problems
1
got-
minus 24, so that's 23.
negative.
Negative 23.
Aw, it's gonna be a stupid I.
Exactly, because that's what we're working on right now, imaginary numbers.
Okay, so now at this point, okay, y'all have already said it, and I's got to come out of it.
Would it be in front of the plus or minus or behind the plus or
It would
Behind
be-
the plus or minus in front of the radical. So we're going to have -1 plus or minus I root 23 over 6. And then now we need to split it. Okay, so I'm going to have
1 over 6?
-1 over 6.
Plus or minus. Do you have to put the I into?
Yeah. So that's why we stick it out here now. If you're just doing like an I and then a radical with a number under it, like the 23, we always put it in front just so it doesn't get confusing because a lot of people tend to do something like this.
Yeah, I think I used to do that all the time. I used to put the I in
And
front of
it's
that.
like, is that under? Is it not? So it's easier just to say stick it out front so it's like not confusing.
Is that the answer?
Yep.
There you go.
So in addition to the other day, you now have 31, 35, 39, and 41.
Are we just not doing the complex conjugate thing?
What do you mean? We just did complex conjugate.
Did Mr. Cass ever give you the book back?
No.
So like the thingies where you're like, how many answers does it have? Check with the.
I don't think this, for some reason, this section teaches it, and then I don't think it actually does it, because I don't see any problems with it.
That's
So.
kind of frustrating.
Well,